Thank you to all of you that are supporting the Improv Boost and these Improvtoons. I so much appreciate it. I had a question from Sophie Owen from the British Comedy Reserve, and she asked, how does your short form game or your short form rehearsals help your long form game or your long form rehearsals? So let's get into the Improvtoons. And we're back with the Rainbow Players. I had a request to do the tips for short form for long form, and so I'm going to talk a little bit about short form for long form. So the first thing that short form teaches you, which is extremely valuable to any long form set, is the concept of games, of the gimmicks. Now, people might call these different things. Some people might be like, I don't like to play a game, but they're looking for the relationship, which is a type of game, or vice versa. Or you're looking for the context. You're looking for the pivot moment. Now, short form teaches you a lot of different ways that you can find that. Like in gibberish scenes, you can have someone speaking gibberish and another person translating it. And that game can come into a long form set, or guessing games where I'm trying to figure stuff out, but you're still trying to leak out that little bit of offers, a little bit of information. That's a skill you use in long form games all the time. Short form games teach you like what the audience finds entertaining, what you bring along with, like how you bring the audience along with you in a scene. Another thing they teach you is the setup. It's characters, locations, status, relationships. And I've heard like it's not really about characters, it's or relationships, it's about dynamics. It's about you're not just like mother and daughter, but one person has a status and one person doesn't. Or you always do A, B, C, or D. It's not just about relationships, it's about dynamics. Context. It's not just about the location. What time in history are we? It's not just the location, it's the context the scene's happening. And short form games teach you that because you cycle through short scenes so much and you have to get the information out so quickly that when you do a long form set, you realize that we might not use words to get these elements out, but audiences are looking for these in scenes, and a story is made up of a bunch of scenes. So that's what short form teaches you. Another thing that short form teaches you is, especially if you play with a premise heavy short form team, that first 2 or 3 sentences you've been taught, get the character, the objective out, get your agenda out, get your point of view out, that you've been trained that those first 3 sentences or the first couple sentences of the scene, if you set that up, the rest of the scene's gravy because then you can hit the gimmick of the game. So short form teaches you to be concise in your offers. If I go, Jerry, this is the closing day of the circus, and I just want to give you the last clown nose. If I say that, I've given you your character's name, you're a clown, the location, the problem is, maybe possibly the problem is the circus is closing, and I've said that all in one sentence. And I've tried to get out as much information as possible in one sentence. But I'm not steamrolling the scene. I'm not repeating my sentence. I'm not keeping on going. I'm not rambling. So it teaches you to be concise with your offers and word economics. You also learn as you watch players, you'll probably have favorite players when they play a game. They're really funny, and you'll learn why they're funny. Even if they're playing the same game that other people have played that is not as funny, why are they funny? And it's not the gimmick because the gimmick doesn't change. It becomes confidence. It becomes people playing with each other, listening, that you'll learn that gimmick games, funny scenes, are even funnier with great scene work. It's not funnier gimmicks. It's these improv skills outside the gimmicks that make one player better than the other or one scene better than the other. One thing, and this is kind of counter to everything else I've been saying, but one thing that short form players overlook, not all of them, I'm just saying like new developing short form teams, is that they have to look at the whole short form show as a long form set. In the sense that when they come on stage, they're a heightened version of themselves. They're presenting themselves as a teammate for the whole show. So when you're off stage, when you're not in the scene, you're still supporting that show. You're still listening to the MC. Like you're not talking and doing your own thing. You're still putting all your focus into the people that are on stage. The whole show is a long form set. Your character is you performing in that show. And you can find the success in that because if you say that, oh, Norm, if you say that like running joke that everyone loves, that because it's a returning audience, it's you. It's not that character in that scene. So those are some things of how short form and long form collide and how short form really help a long form set. Thank you, everybody. I always say that these are just little tidbits of information. These are just little elements, the things that I've learned that help me out. I hope they help someone else out. It's free and it's for everybody. I don't own this content. You can push it out and you can help those theories and help other people with those theories. You can use those. I always say too is that these are just intercalary helpers. These are something that just help you out a little bit. There's nothing that replaces hiring a coach, paying them for their time, and having someone in the room with you that you like their style, that gives you immediate notes and immediate feedbacks. I'm a big proponent of side coaching and training your instincts in improv. I highly recommend that these should in no way replace coaching. Coaching is wonderful, even if it's one of your cast steps up for that rehearsal and just gives a third eye to the rest of the cast. It's so valuable. I highly recommend it. And like I always say, you don't have to support the Improv Boost, but support each other. Social media could be such a powerful platform for all of us if we like and support each other's posts. If we share each other's posts, we could just be a big powerhouse. No matter what country you're in, no matter what city you're in, share, like, and support one another. Thank you, guys.